The problem solution example, consider a group of n equals 4 people with the following age: 10, 12, 14, and 16. Consider sample of size n is equals to 2 from the group without replacement. The first things to do is gumawa muna tayo ng table para sa sample and means. Yan. Ito na yon. Para makagawa ng samples, kailangan natin itong mga numbers na to para makakuha ng sample and the size of 2. Unang gawin natin para hindi tayo madalian, lagi tayo mag-uumpisa sa una. Parang ganito. 10 and 12. Lagi lang tagda dalawa kasi size n is equals to 2. Next, 10 and 14, 10 and 16. Dahil lahat na yan, sunod naman is 12 and 14, 12 and 16, and ang natitirang number is 14 and 16. The sunod na gagawin natin para makuha natin yung samples mean is ipag-plus natin sila and then divide the size is equal, which is number 2. 10 plus 12 over 2 is equals to 11. 10 plus 14 over 2 is equals to 12. 10 plus 16 over 2 is equals to 13. 12 plus 14 over 2 is equals to 13. 12 plus 16 over 2 is equals to 14. 14 plus 16 is equals to over 2 is equals to 15. Yan. The next step is gumawa tayo ng 3 column dito sa samples mean. Paano natin sila makukuha? Dito natin titignan yung 11 is ilan ba yung 11 dyan is 1. Yung probability niya is 1 over 6. Sunod 12, wala naman siyang kasama. Yung frequency niya 1. Tapos dito 1 over 6. Yung 13 naman, dalawa siya. Gawin na lang natin siyang isa. Yung frequency niya dalawa. Tapos dito 2 over 6. Or pwede naman 1 over 3. Next 14, wala naman siya kasama. 1 over 6. Yung 15, ganun din. Yan. And dapat ito is total lagi siya sa 1. Ito naman is lagi siyang total sa 6. The third step is yung x. Ito yung sample means natin. Ito yung 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Ito naman yung next natin is ito yung probabilities, which is yung 1 over 6, yung 1 over 6 and 1 over 3, yung 1 over 6 and 1 over 6. Paano nga natin to makukuha? Ganito, 1 over 6 divided by 11 is equals to 1.83. 1 over 6 divided by 12 equals to 2. 1 over 3 divided by 13 equals to 4.33. 1.6 divided by 14 equals 2.33. The last 1 over 6 divided by 15 is equals to 2.5. And i-add lang natin silang lahat. 1.83 plus 2 plus 4.33 plus 2.33 plus 2.5 equals to 12.99. Dito naman sa last is kailangan natin siya gamitan ng squared. Ganito. 11. Ang ginawa ko kasi dito is una, kinuha ko muna yung mga squared nito, which is 11 squared is equals to 121. 12 squared is equals to 144. 13 squared is equals to 169. 14 squared equals to 196. 15 squared is equals to 205. Ganito ang gawin natin. Same procedures din ng dito. Kaya 1 over 6 divided by 121. 20.17. Ano lang, round up to lang po siya. And then the 1 over 6 divided by 144 equals to 24. Next is 1 over 3 divided by 169 equals 56.33. Next, 1 over 6 divided by 169 is equals to 36.67. Last is 1 over 6 divided by 225 is equals to 37.5. Add natin siya ulit. 20.17 plus 24 plus 56.33 plus 36.67 plus 37.5 6 is equals to 170.67. The last step is to get a variance. Ito yung solution niya. Equals to dito 170.67 minus 12.99 squared. Minus po natin sila, equals to 1.93. Next naman is kunin natin yung SD or standard deviation. Ito yung solution niya. Hindi. Ito naman is yung square root natin is 6 squared 2. Square root lang natin sila is equals to 1.38. Tapos.
Okay, so now, let's move on to the solving of mean, variance, and standard deviation of this population distribution. And our example for it is, consider a group of n is equals to 4 people with the following ages 10, 12, 14, and 16. And consider samples of size n is equals to 2 from the group without replacement. So, as you can see, nakaready na siya and sinulat ko na siya lahat-lahat. But I'm going to discuss it para mas maintindihan ninyo, of course, one by one kung paano ko ba nakuha yung mean, variance, and standard deviation nitong example natin dito sa population distribution. Okay, so dito muna tayo sa mean and huwag nyo munang pakialaman tong mga nasa paligid nyo kundi dito muna tayo mag-focus sa mean. So, to get the mean of this population distribution, so here is the formula that mean is equals to summation of x all over n. So, yung example natin kanina na consider a group of n is equals to 4 people with the following ages, 10, 12, 14, and 16. And consider samples of size n is equals to 2 from the group without replacement. So here, so our mean is the summation of x all over the n, which is the x is our random variable, which is yung 10, 12, 14, and 16. So dito sa population distribution, difference siya dun sa formula ng sampling distribution kung paano ba kunin yung mean, variance, and standard deviation. So, ayun, that we all know that population is all should be counted from the word itself, that all of the above should be counted. So, again, this x na nandito sa formula ng mean is, it represents the random variables, which is ito nga the 10, 12, 14, and 16 na kanina nga diba sa sample natin dito sa population distribution. And this n represents the population size, which is etong 4. That the 4 people with the following ages, 10, 12, 14, and 16. So, let's move on to the next. So, di ba may nakikita kayo ditong plus sign, and don't you worry dahil madali lang naman ito kung paano kukunin itong mean ng population distribution. So, next is, we're going to add lang ito, nakikita nyo to, 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 16. So, you can use your calculator naman para mas ma-check nyo na rin and para mas makasunod kayo all over the 4, which is our population size kanina sa sample natin na binigay ko. So, kapag i-add natin to, itong apat na to is equals to 52 all over 4. 52 divided by 4, which is here, is equals to 13, and yan na yung ating population mean. So, diba? Ganun lang siya kadali. We're going to add and then divide it to our n, which is the population size. So, this is now our population mean. So, ganun lang kadali yan, guys. Okay, so after nun, after na nating makuha itong mean ng ating population distribution, next is itong column. So siguro, 'di ba, nagtataka kayo kung bakit may column dito, 3 columns. So ganito 'yan. So the purpose of it is ito kasi yung next na ating gagawin to find the variance, kung bakit ba, kung anong nangyari, kung bakit ito yung kinalabasan, kung bakit 5 to 20 all over 4. So, ito na yun I'm going to explain. So, here. So, by using your calculator again, para mas makasunod kayo, i-check nyo na rin habang dinidiscuss ko ito one by one. So, here, sa ating first column, kung nakikita nyo is may x tayo dito, which is, it represents the random variable. So, ito, ililist down lang natin lahat ng nandito, okay? Kasi ito nga yung ating random variable. So, here, 10, 12, 14, and 16. So, yun ang ating x, okay? Sa ating sample dito sa population distribution. And dito sa second column, so, after na nating na-list down yung apat na yan, yung following ages na yan, is dito sa second column is the x minus mu. Is etong x natin, okay, etong mu na to is ganito lang siya. Etong mean yung tinutukoy niya, okay? So, yung mean natin is 13. So, ganito lang yan. Ito, 'di ba, x minus mu is ganito lang gagawin natin na 10 minus 13 kasi ito nga yung ating mu or ito yung population mean natin, 'di ba? So 10 minus 13 is equals to negative 3. Again, you can use again your calculator to check it out kung tama ba itong mga pinagsasabi ko at para din makasunod kayo. So, ayun, 10 minus 13 is equals to negative 3. 12 minus 13 is equals to negative 1. So, ganun lang yung yung gagawin natin sa mga next. 14 minus 13 is equals to 1, and 16 minus 13 is equals to 3. So, ganun lang kasimple yun, okay? Hindi siya complicated. Huwag yung pahirapan yung sarili nyo, guys. Like, you know. So, ayun. We're going to subtract it lang to the x and sa ating population mean. So, after nun, after na nating nakuha to, is dito sa third column, kung nakikita nyo ito, na x, quantity x minus mu quantity squared is, ito lang yung tinutukoy niya. We're going to squared it lang. Ito. Again, by using your calculator. You're going to square it. The negative 3 squared is equals to 9 because negative times negative is equals to positive. Ganon din dito sa pangalawa, negative 1 times negative 1 is equals to positive 1, and 1 times 1 is equals to 1, and 3 times 3 or 3 squared is equals to 9. So, ganun lang kadali yun, guys. So, ito na yung sa ating third column. So, that's it. And next, to find the variance na. Okay, so kanina nahanap na natin ang ating mean, which is 13, and ngayon naman is ating variance nitong population distribution na to. Okay, so to get the variance of this population distribution, ang formula nito is sigma squared. Ito yung parang may circle, sorry if not perfect, circle na may quit, and sigma yung tawag dito. Sigma squared is equals to summation of quantity x minus mu quantity squared all over the n. Okay, again, sigma squared is equals to summation of quantity x minus u quantity squared all over the n, which is our population size. Okay, yung tulad lang din ito. Same lang yan. Okay, so, ito. So, ibig sabihin dito is resulta niya. Okay, and itong x minus mu squared, ito lang siya. Itong nasa third column natin. So, to get this, of course, we need to add this. So, 9 plus 1 plus 1 and plus 9 is equals to 20. Here, 20 siya. Okay, so, inad lang natin siya. So, is equals to 20 now. Ito lang siya. Okay, again, itong nasa numerator nitong formula na to, 20 all over ang ating population size, which is 4, and we're going to divide it lang, and 20 divided by 4 is equals to 5. Okay, so this is now our variance in this population distribution. Okay, so hindi siya complicated, guys. Huwag nyo masyadong pahirapan yung sarili nyo, unlike sa sampling distribution. Okay, so gano'n lang siya kadali. You're going to add this lang na itong nasa third column natin, and we're going to divide it by 4, which is kung ano mang population size na meron yung sample ninyo, and ayun na yung ating variance. So, yes, that's it. Okay, so after getting the means, the variance of this population distribution, of course, let's now move on to the standard deviation. Okay, so ito, madali lang to, guys. Okay, don't you worry. And always remember na dito sa standard deviation na to is the square root lang nitong ating variance, which is 5, o kung anumang variance mo dyan, okay? So, the formula for this is sigma, is equals to square root of the sigma squared, which is, ito nga lang ang square root ng ating variance, which is 5, and is equals now to square root of 5. So, if na-check nyo siya sa calculator, you can check it out naman if tama ba to na naisulat ko dito, or tama ba tong itinuturo ko. So, the square root of 5 is equals now to, so if na-check it out nyo to by your own calculator, ang lalabas kasi doon is 2.23606 something. So, ang ginawa ko na lang, or ang gagawin na lang natin is round off. So, naging 2.24 siya. So, this is now the standard deviation. So, ganun lang yung pagkuha ng mean, variance, and standard deviation. Ganun lang siya kadali, guys, compare sa sampling distribution. So, yeah, that's it, and I hope you learned something and naintindihan nyo naman itong mga naituro ko sa inyo.
The main difference between a population and sample has to do with how observations are assigned to the dataset. A population includes all the elements from a set of data. A sample consists one or more observations drawn from the population. And a sampling distribution is the theoretical distribution of a sample statistic that would be obtained for a large number of random samples of equal size of population. Consequently, the sampling distribution serves as a statistical bridge between unknown sample and unknown population. And one more thing, there's a bigger chance adding a bigger chance on the it will have the same result of the sampling distribution in population in terms of the mean, but not all times. Like this one and this one, they are different results by adding the chance. Okay, that's all.